University of Montana, tight end. Oh, it's completely blows my breath away. It's an honor to be even getting a call interview about such an award. But it comes back to anything. I'm on the watch list. I would really prefer, or hopefully, to have a very good season and hopefully be able to get the award. Would be now my goal of mine. But that'll all be played out through the season. So we'll just see where the season takes me. Hopefully I can have a successful season, and hopefully it shows in the awards, hopefully, that I may or may not get. It blows my mind away. Coming from a small Class C town in Fairview, Montana, where I started out playing 8-man football, and now I'm in discussion with these guys who have proven themselves and are unbelievable athletes, and guys I've just looked up to and tried to have played like. It really is just mind-blowing, and it's just such a cool experience to even possibly get a little bit of recognition among those gentlemen. I keep hearing that I'd really try to take a lot of pride in my blocking, so I just continue to try to improve that. I've always loved catching the ball and seeing what I could do with it after that. When I get the chances, or when the chances present themselves in football games. And another thing that I always try to pride myself is just being calm and cool, collected. Try to be a leader out there on the football field, and just never quit. I just always try to work hard. I always try to be the guy that's finishing around the plays. Just goes all back to my roots of family, and I just try to play 110% all the time, and I just kind of let it all hang out from there. Oh, I think that's awesome. I've always truly believed that there's players at the FCS level that could have competed in bigger colleges as the Alabamas, Washingtons, whoever it may be, USC. And it's really an honor, and it's kind of a cool thing that now that FCS players are starting to get recognized, and we can contribute to teams, and we have very strong tradition and programs as well as other big colleges have. And I think you can really see that over the last, I wouldn't even know what to say, 5 to 10 years that FCS level football has dramatically changed in a way of it's getting more competitive, and we're slowly getting closer to the big name schools. Oh, that was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had playing at Montana. We were able to open up last season at Tennessee against the Vols, and their crowd's crazy, and it's loud in there, and they hold 110,000 people or something like that. But it's kind of cool because we come back and play in Montana, and our fans are nuts. They get just as loud, just as rowdy. Not as big as a scale because we can't fit that many people in our stadium, but it just means everything, especially if it's the Cat Grizz game, this whole state. People in local coffee shops are betting against each other who's going to win Montana State, Montana. So it's a very big, important deal to Montana, just as it is down there in the SEC or whatever other conference it may be. Yeah, we have just the UC Commons, which is just a kind of where students can go study or eat or whatever. That's a very cool place to kind of just go relax. They always have music going on in there or something. The Oval, also it's in dead center of our campus. There's no buildings. They always have bands or some activities going on in there. So if kids just want to hang out in the sun, that's a very cool spot to do that. And another cool spot about our campus is I think they own like a side of a mountain where the M is on, so you can walk up the trail to the M, and you can actually look down over all of Montana and our campus. And it's real cool at nighttime. You can actually be up there and you could watch, you have binoculars, you could watch a football game from up there. And I've just seen pictures of people who go up there and take pictures while we're playing. And that's a very cool spot in my mind that's kind of unique to the university, where I, as myself, will go up there. I'll hike up there sometimes just to get my head off of stuff, or if I just need to think. So I'd say that is definitely one of the coolest things about the University of Montana. Yeah, my favorite things to do when I step away from football is I love to backpack. Just me and my buddies will get all our gear, tents, food, and we'll just go for a 20-mile hike up into the wilderness somewhere and camp and hang out and get away from the world, the cell phones, all that kind of stuff. We also like to fish and hunt. Those are big hobbies of mine, and you can never pass up going to the lake. We always go to Flathead Lake or Canyon Ferry, do a little surfing and wakeboarding and skiing and tubing. So it always is good, because it always, just getting away out into the world just kind of grounds you when you're away from everybody, and makes I can just clear my head and think, and I don't have to worry about the pressures of football. And that's kind of how I get away from the world of football, I guess. Probably the funniest thing that ever happened on our field is John Opperode, I think he is two-year starter tackle that played against me. There's actually a pass that was thrown. And it was the first time that man probably's caught a pass since, I wouldn't even know, junior high. He caught that baby, it was some block or whatever, fell right in his arms. He took 2 steps and fell flat on his face. And we kind of joked around and gave him a lot of crap about that, but that's just the humorous parts of football. So, without a question, my family is by far the people that have given me this opportunity to even be able to play. They support me, not even during the good times when things are rough. If I'm struggling, they're always there for me. So family's number one. Definitely number 2 would have had to been my freshman year. I was going through some hard times, and Stephen Fayler and Dad and Bowden and Rob Overton, all 3 of them kind of took me under their wing. All tight ends that were older than me, kind of showed me the tricks of the trade, along with Coach Dasty at the time when Coach Hauck was there. If it wasn't for those 4, I don't even know if what I can do today would have been possible. Like I said, they taught me the tricks of the trade, showed me how to lift, showed me how to run routes, how to block. They kind of set the foundation of letting me know what college football is all about, and kind of let me take it and run from there. So I couldn't thank those people enough. I would argue that our first 5 games this season are going to be games that anybody could tune in and watch too, and you'd see a heck of a football game. I think we open up with South Dakota at home against Coach Glenn, who used to be a coach at Montana. That's going to be a very tough game, and then for sure the one that was going to be a watch would be Appy State. We're going down there to play them. It's supposed to be 2 powerhouses of the SCS for a while. We're going to clash, and it's just going to come down to whoever something goes right here or there, or whoever just hustles that much harder, I think is going to end up winning that football game. But then we come right back home and play Liberty. They're no underdog by means. They're in the playoffs. They're getting playoff wins now. That program's good, so can't fall asleep on them. Then I think NAU comes up, and NAU is very tough. They ever since I've been here, it's always come down to the last play that we've just been lucky enough to get them. And then we go to Eastern Washington, who everybody knows 2 years ago won the FCS championship. So that's a very tough place to play. So we definitely have our work cut out for us the first 5 games, but as our team motto, we take one at a time. So our focus right now is on South Dakota. And if we can get by to that, then we'll go on to Appy State. So definitely for sure, if you want to watch good football, I'd say any one of those games, definitely tune in and watch. It shouldn't be disappointing. I would say you have to find your own niche. If that's blocking or passing, you have to develop your craft. You have to work on it every day. You have to lift. You have to keep goals. You have to keep goals to yourself as long as team goals. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to accomplish with the team? Those have to be 2 kind of separate goals, I feel like. to say film study. You can learn so much from watching film. It's amazing. I never understood that till I was in college myself. Lift hard, but the one thing that I always try to pride myself on is tight ends, you have to work harder when you play, you have to work harder than anyone else. And no matter what that means, you might only be able to go 5 plays and then have to take a break because you're so exhausted. That's fine. That's what I try to do. I try to finish every play. Never give up, never quit. So if you do that, you'll be pretty successful. Yeah, this is Greg Hardy from the University of Montana. Thank you for tuning in and through college football performance. This is a great honor, and thank you for this opportunity.